Today is Monday. I'm in Muscat right now, and I've got quite a bit of free time to record this video to talk a little bit about my experience traveling in Oman as a female solo traveler, as somebody who came here already on multiple occasions, on different seasons. And I want to talk about the best places I think you should or you must visit in Oman. Let's start with top 5 places to visit in Oman if you come on a 1 week, 10 days trip. And my personal favorite is Wadi Shab. If you don't know Wadis, how can I explain it? It's a little valley between the mountains filled with vegetation and little rivers and channels where you can swim, where you can hike. I personally never been to a Wadi before. I had no idea what Wadi is, but I like the pictures. Here I will put some maybe pictures that I took from the trip. And yeah, to me that was the experience. Wadi is definitely a must. You could either go to Wadi Shab, which I think is the most famous one, or you can choose any other Wadi. There are plenty of Wadis not very far from Muscat. You can go easily on a 1-day trip from Muscat to one of the Wadis. But yeah, I think if you're coming for the first time and it's your introduction, and especially if you are not a very physically active person like me, maybe Wadi Shab would be a very good choice. You can book your trip with one of the companies. I use personally Get Your Guide app to book our trip to Wadi Shab, and maybe I will link in the description box the company that I use. I recommend them. It's not sponsored. I like the experience. I think they're very professional in what they're doing. It's not too expensive. You go in a small group of maybe 6-8 people, and it's a very nice chill day, a very nice and chill trip that you will spend in the Wadi. You get to do a little hike towards the Wadi itself, towards the little channels and rivers. Then you get to swim some of the parts. Bring your camera, bring your phone and the water resistant bag. If you can take very cool pictures there. I didn't. I forgot my bag, so I don't really have any pictures from the Wadi itself. But yeah, you can do a little bit of jumping and sliding and swimming in between the rocks. Incredible, amazing. It was also November, so it was not very hot. Honestly, one of the best experiences I had in Oman and maybe in my whole life. Definitely go and see one of the Wadis. I think it's a unique experience for you to have. And number 2 place I think you should go is obviously a desert. Here we are in a desert. I'm wearing this ridiculous hat. Not because I like it, but because my weak body cannot resist the sun. And it's very nice. Our driver is amazing. He's very funny and makes a lot of jokes, very easygoing. It's like having the best experience in Oman, to be honest. I would really recommend you to go to the desert, and if you can go at least for 2 days. We only went for 1-day trip, so to going and going back on the same day, which was actually, to be honest, not the best. It kind of got all hectic and all of it disorganized. You don't really get to experience and enjoy the desert, so it was like, yeah. So my recommendation, go at least for 2 days, and if you can't, spend the night in the desert. This is what I did on my second trip. When I came here, I actually went to the desert for 2 days. We stayed there for the night. We camped. We set up our own tent and did a bonfire. Amazing, incredible experience to see the sunset in the desert. If you want, you can do also some camel riding. There are a lot of luxury camps in the desert itself. You can also do some flying on a hot water, how do you call it? On a hot air balloon. If you want, there are plenty of activities to do. an amazing experience. You can do dune bashing as well. You can find again somebody who provides you a trip on Google. There are plenty of companies who provide it, or you can use the app Get Your Guide as well. There are plenty of offers to go to the desert. But yeah, the main recommendation, take at least 2 days. Obviously take the protective clothing, use the SPF, and maybe if you're a pale and sensitive person like me, get a moisturizer cream. That's something I really needed when I was in the desert. So my personal second favorite was the desert experience. And the third one, I would say, is the Damiette Island. Honestly, I was quite hesitant whether to put it on the first place or in the third, because to me, again, it was one of the best experiences I ever had in my life. And like, I cannot describe the emotions and the feelings I experienced at that time. I love being in the water, I love swimming, I love animals, and to me, like, a Damiette Island trip was honestly one of the best experiences I ever had. We rented a tour with a company, I will link it in the description. We rented it for 4.5 or maybe 5 hours, if I'm not mistaken. It was around 60 euros per trip per person, with little snacks and equipment included. And they took us to the island, and we enjoyed snorkeling in the crystal blue waters, very warm, for around maybe 1 hour, maybe 1.5 hours. We can also do it, actually I think it was way longer. I think we snorkeled maybe for 2.5 hours, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, we saw so many turtles. I've never seen turtles in my life, first of all, so to me that was already a wow experience. But we've seen so many. I'm not sure how many, I didn't count, but I think we've seen at least 30. And oh my god, it's just like one of the most, again, I would say amazing, but it's really amazing experience to be there in the water, to see the wildlife with your own eyes. It honestly was one of the best experiences I ever had in my life, and I recommend again to anyone I know. You are not going to regret it. Fourth favorite place that I visited in Oman is actually Nizwa, former capital of Oman, if I'm not wrong. It has the little old souk and the market, and you actually get to experience the real, maybe historical part of Oman, with the castles, with all the tiny little streets and the markets. We didn't get to go to the famous goat market that I also saw a lot on the internet, but we didn't have time. I really loved seeing it, a true cultural experience. Maybe we only went there maybe for 2-3 hours, which I think is not enough. If you want to actually enjoy a little bit the place, maybe go there for at least half a day, or maybe the full day if you can, to fully enjoy visiting the castle, visiting the little town, and maybe going to little villages around Nizwa as well. We went to, I'm maybe confusing the locations a little bit, but we went to a few villages. I will link, I will put the names here because I don't remember them. Also to get a little bit of historical vibe and how locals live, you know, in Oman. Definitely recommend it if you like history, if you like culture, and be explore in museums. If this is something you like and you enjoy doing, definitely go to Nizwa and embrace this historical cultural part of visiting Oman. And my fifth favorite was Jabal Shams, the mountain range in the region of Nizwa, a little bit up north, I guess, from Muscat. We went there on the same trip that we went to Nizwa. We hired the driver and he took us around incredibly beautiful landscapes. Then you can do a full hike for half a day or maybe the entire day. In Jabal Shams you can do the balcony walk, you can Google it, it's incredible. The views are spectacular. If you don't have time, you can simply do what we did. Hire the driver and he will take you to the top, and you will see the little canyon, and you will see the little surroundings. Very beautiful, unique outside. I've never seen a landscape like this. Definitely worth coming. And again, yeah, if you have time, you can spend your night there. There are a lot of hotels and guest houses in the area, so you can book a night there. You can spend a refreshing, cool night in the mountains of Oman. Amazing. You can do a little hike, you can explore the area more if you have time. I personally would like to do it again, but yeah, didn't happen yet.
So I actually didn't know how to finish that video, so I'm recording this part almost 2 months later. I hope you enjoyed it. Please hit subscribe and let me know what are your favorite places in Oman. I think there's still so much to discover. Thank you.